Okay, you are determined to build your brighter financial future, but what is the first crucial step on the way to your brighter financial future? No. First of all, you need to build an emergency fund. Hello, beautiful people! It's Tatiana Ivleva from Pipo Living, and I welcome you on my channel. Today we're talking emergency fund. That's an emergency to have an emergency fund. So what on earth is emergency fund? An emergency fund is your money, your funds in a form of very liquid assets. So that is something that you can really easily convert into cash or something close to cash. Why do you need it in the first place? Well, imagine if something gets broken in your house or in your car or your car itself, and that is not covered by your insurance. Or maybe something gets sick and also that's not covered by your insurance. Or something else unexpected happens. Where do you get this money? If you have an answer right away, great on! Continue doing what you've been doing before. But unfortunately for most people, it's not the case. Most people in some unexpected, stressful situations will tap into their credit cards, take some really expensive loans, or even take their funds from their pension. And that shouldn't be the case. That's not acceptable. That will totally hurt your financial future. And to prove you it is a common thing that people can pay for their emergencies is the results of the survey Getting Paid in America conducted by American Payroll Association that concludes that 74% of Americans will feel financial difficulties if only, think about it, if only their paycheck is delayed for 1 week. Can you imagine that? 1 week, and they are under great stress, paying their bills and all that jazz. And you know, and I know, that's not only in America, in the US. That happens everywhere. Just in the US, they're a little bit better with statistics. So we don't want to be among them. We want to be stressless in these stressful situations, if that can be. So if something unexpected happens, you should have yourself covered. How much should your emergency fund be? I would recommend you set a particular goal. Experts say that your emergency fund should cover from 3 to 6 months of your everyday expenses. You can have, of course, you can have it more. If you're on the cautious side, you can have it like 12 months for the whole year. If it feels better, safer to you, go for it. But 3 months is minimum. So what kind of expenses should there be? Of course, you should have there everything that's must pays. For example, your mortgage, car debt payment, daycare, groceries, all this necessary stuff that you have to pay to live. Though you can omit maybe investment or sometimes going out with friends or maybe some small stuff or maybe a percentage of some of them. That's not all that necessary, that in an emergency situation you can live without. How do you build your emergency fund? Usually it takes around 6 to 12 months to build your emergency fund. Wherever your number is, just start saving right away. During this time, you are saving up for your emergency fund. It's an emergency to save for your emergency fund, so try your best and get the money. Get the money, put it on the table, and save it as an emergency. During this time, you can have a side hustle, babysitting, making graphic design covers, just whatever skills you have, use them. Also, during this time for saving for an emergency fund, always think when you're making a purchase, maybe it's better, maybe you don't really need this particular item. Maybe it's better to put this money into your emergency fund. Then you'll be faster doing this. You can put all the change you get from your cash purchases into your emergency fund. All the unexpected gifts, birthday gifts, tax returns, they are expected, but still. You can put all this stuff into your emergency fund, and it will pile up pretty soon. It is important to try your best and save this emergency fund. It will save you so much of headache in the future. Your nerves will be in place if something urgent happens, and you won't be sinking in all those crazy credit card debt as if in case you didn't have that emergency fund. And emergencies happen. Life happens. So we need to be prepared. Remember, your emergency fund needs to be on a separate account, so you won't be tempted to use it for some other scuba diving trip or maybe those shoes on sale. No, that's an emergency, and shoes on sale are not an emergency. So what do we have here? Emergency fund is something that you need to build even before you start paying off your debts and investment of any kind. That is your number one priority. Start building your emergency fund immediately, and you will find yourself in a place of less stress and anxiety concerning money, and hence more happiness and better financial choices. See you there! And I wanted to thank you for watching this video up till the end and encourage you to watch my other videos, and you can find a list of them below in the description below. Hope you liked it. See you, love you. Mwah!